Very good morning. This is Jyotirma, Department of Biology. So today I came with the topic called Forest Our Life. So we looked it from State Board, but again one more time we look it from Lakshmi Singh because some of the points I didn't explain it. Now we will look at about it. So look at here, students. Basically, forest, there are different types of forest, and it is an ecosystem which has with a living and non-living. All that living and non-living have relationship with each other. Am I right? So now, what is a forest? How we can determine it? So forest is nothing but we find many trees, shrubs, herbs, and like grass, like large trees and small plants like medicinal plants. All we find in forest with a many trees, with a group of trees and different trees present in forest. So basically in forest, if you observe, so the first one, if you look at from the bottom, to up, we can observe. So basically in a forest, the floor, we find it's completely full of debris and the dead bodies of plants and animals present. So that the forest floor is always a nutritional. Why it is nutritional? Because it has rich of humus. In soil lesson we have discussed. Which contains humus more, basically that soil is nutritional. So here, if you sow a seed there in a forest, it grows faster. And even in forest also, no one sows seeds. The fruits are the seeds which are present, they fall on the soil, they germinate automatically and they grow. Because here in the forest, the climatic conditions are good and the soil is very nutritional and water availability also good. And sunlight availability also good. That is the reason in forest the growth of the plant takes place proper. So how they grow? Majorly on ground floor I already told you, due to the presence of humus, many trees, many shrubs, herbs, and that many different types of animals are also present. So basically here the forest has differentiated into many layers. So first we look at what are the layers. So first layer I already told you, forest floor which has a humus and many creepers and many animals like creeping animals present bottom, like frogs and snakes can be present bottom. And above of that, herb layer. Herb layer means nothing but which have a small sized plants like grass or like tulasi, mint, like some of the plants, medicinal plants are present and which are herbs are small in size. Got it? And next layer is shrub layer. Shrub and which are little bit tall and a little bit are big in size. They are called shrubs basically. So what are the shrubs generally present here and basically which are? And herb and it is mostly 1 meter length. Shrub and which has 2 meters length plants all and be present here. And next, and the story here is nothing but which has many herbal plants which grow on a tree, and as well as creepers also majorly present in that area. When you look at about canopy, canopy is a toppest roof because of the branches. It formed like a roof. That roof of a canopy is roof of a forest is called canopy. Generally based on the canopy, there are different types of forest here. We already have discussed. Evergreen forest. In evergreen forest, you know, the branches are like this. Our branches are here, reversal like this. Even in deciduous also branches are same in manner. But if you look at about alpine, the branches are reversal. Like in this way. Because when snow fall, the snow should be fall down. That's the reason here in a canopy, alpine forest, the trees are like this. So based on the canopy, there are different types again. So based on the canopy again, evergreen forest, deciduous forest, alpine forest, coniferous forest and the thorny forest. Like canopy and all trees together, where they are joining, they form a roof. That roof of a forest is called canopy. Got it? From that canopy only sunlight passes, even rainwater, everything passes through the gaps of canopy. Is it clear? So basically in these forests, what animals are present, what plants are present. Plants I already told you. Teak, sal, nalamadi, egisa, and kesar, and what it say? Karaka, and Jafar, and more adaku plants, and more red rosewood, and sandalwood. Like there are different types of bamboo, like different types of plants present here. And then what types of animals present here? Here there are different types of animal present, like tiger, lion, cheetah, monkey, squirrel, rabbit, snakes, salamanders, and spiders, even some fox, hyena, and eagle, birds like eagle, Indian blue jay roller, and cranes, many cranes, pelicans, and kingfisher, and toucan. Like there are many types of birds and many types of animals and snakes are like present in forest. So based on the making of their own food and based on the food chain, and one organism is depending on another, based on that again the organisms are divided into different categories. Just we look at what are they. Okay. Number 1, plants. You know it, plants are also called autotrophs. What are they called? Autotrophs. Plants are also called autotrophs. They can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. By the process of photosynthesis, they make their own food material. That is the reason plants are called autotrophs. On these autotrophs which are feeding, they are called consumers. They make their own food. That's the reason plants are also called producers. What they are also called? Producers. These producers produces food. On this producer, which animals are feeding, they are called consumers, which consume food from other animals. Got it? They are called consumers. So basically there are different type of consumers here. Already we have discussed in our childhood. What are they? And these consumers are also called heterotrophs, which cannot make their own food and depend upon autotrophs, on other organisms. What are they basically? So we look at now. Okay, clearly I'll write on the board. We have discussed in a first lesson, nutrition there are two types, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Got it? So even in forest also, there are organisms like autotrophs are also called producers. On these who are depending, they are also known consumers. And also called heterotrophs. Again, these consumers are three types, you know it. Herbivores, carnivores, herbivores. On the flesh of organisms which are feeding, they are called carnivores. Who are feeding both even plant and animals, they are called omnivores. So in forest there are herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Like herbivores like deer, rabbit, squirrels, and in deers also there are different types are present. When you look at about carnivores, there are hyena, lion, tiger, fox, they are. And omnivores, bear, omnivores, bear and hyena also under come to it, and fox, like which feed on plant products as well as animal products. Like there are many different animals present in forest. Along with that, there are some other organisms present called scavengers. Here the food is never wasted. See, on plant, herbivores are feeding. On these herbivores, carnivores are feeding. On these both plant and animals, omnivores are feeding. So after feeding, the dead bodies will be remain left over on the floor, and that will be flesh meat is eaten by scavengers. What are they? Like vulture, hyena, crow are the examples of scavengers, which always keeps clean and neat of the environment. But along with that, some other organisms are also present called decomposers. What are they? Bacteria, fungi. Bacteria and fungi. These two are the decomposers. Basically, we observe in forest which decomposes the soil, like mushrooms, toad balls, puff balls, like which are basically fungi. They decompose the dead plants and animals, so that the forest is always kept clean and neat. Nothing is wasted. Each and everything is useful. For example, the bodies are eaten by the organisms, and later the remaining leftover wastage also will be decomposed by bacteria and fungi. They send back the nutrients into the soil again, so that they are also called not only decomposers, recyclers, because they recycle the nutrients. That's the reason it is also called recyclers. So by this way, there are many organisms present: autotrophs, consumers, decomposers. Then how they depend on each other? For example, herbivores feed on plants and carnivores feed on herbivores. Like how the food is transferred from one organism to another organism. This is called food chain actually. What it is called? Food chain. So just we look at that. For these, I'm going to take some example here. First, always producer, nothing but grass. On these grass, many things feed on, like deer, rabbit, or goat, sheep. But goat, sheep is not present in forest, right? Bison ante eddu, adavi dunnapottu, like they feed on grass. So, for example, here I am taking grass, deer. Deer becomes a consumer. Then grass become a producer. On this producer, consumer is feeding. Got it? So the grass is eaten by deer. Never deer is eaten by grass. Here you should have to remember one thing. In food chain, always food is passed from one to another. It never return. It will go in a unidirectional way. Okay. And this deer is eaten by lion. And arrow marks, always remember. The arrow mark should be towards which. Here the grass is eaten by deer. That's why the arrow mark is towards deer. And deer is eaten by lion. That's why the arrow mark is towards lion. So remember always arrow marks. Don't put reverse. Your food chain goes wrong. Got it? And next. These lion, deer, after the death of the lion, who will eat it? Scavengers are not decomposers. By this way, there are many food chains like nuts, rat, snake, eagle, lion. And like many food chains happen. That all the transfer of food from one organism to another organism is generally called it is food chain. Because here the food is transferring as a chain from one organism to the another organism. That is the reason it is called food chain. The group of food chains together form food web. What it is formed? Food web. Many food chains together form food web. So this is. So by this way in forest, one organism is dependent on another organism and they maintain the ecological balance. Then now here we have to look at how forest is useful. Already we have discussed in a previous class. Again one more time I will tell you what we get from forest. From forest we actually get many things. So I simply will tell you like honey. In before class I already told you. From forest we get honey, wax and gum, lac. Lac and nana basically for Mangal Sutram bags they make use or for rings also. They make use or for sealing also. For seal any object also they make use. Lac. And also we get firewood, cane and fruits, medicinal plants, roots and tamarind, bamboo for furniture to make chair, bench, door, window, like many things. And forest is also, from forest also we get oxygen majorly. This oxygen is produced from forest and it absorbs carbon dioxide so that the ecological balance is maintained in ecosystem. Is it clear? And it gives food, it helps in production of oxygen and also it helps in maintenance of not only air, even it also balances the water cycle. It maintains air as well as water cycle both. So basically the water is evaporated from leaves and that is escaped into atmosphere and form like a clouds. Again due to the greenery only it be rainfall. Is it clear? So for rain forest is important. For oxygen forest is important. For food forest is important. For shelter forest is important. And basically it is also known lungs of our earth. And this forest also prevents the climatic condition, maintains the climatic condition surrounding cool and keeps environment pleasant. And also it maintains soil erosion, it controls soil erosion. So see, when trees are bound with the soil, they do not let soil to erode from the upper layer. That is the reason. That is the reason there won't be any soil erosion, loss of soil from upper layer. Topsoil majorly won't. There won't be any loss of topsoil. Is it clear? And it also controls floods. If there may be heavy rainfall, it majorly stops the flooding from that area to villages. So floods can be controlled. Soil erosion is also controls and maintenance of carbon dioxide, oxygen level in atmosphere, and provides food, and also maintains ecological balance and maintains the water cycle also. So, and also it gives shelter, provides shelter and provides shelter for wild animals as well as humans also. Then why this forest is being destroyed? I already told you the forest is being destroyed because of the reason deforestation, first thing, for construction purpose, for roads, for buildings, for dams, and for industries, majorly thermal power stations, nuclear power plants, for that. And one more thing here, the forest is also destroyed for the reason of cultivation, pod cultivation, and for the reason to get furniture, timber. For the different purposes we are cutting the trees. Then how to conserve it? By the afforestation. We have to plant the trees. And using of paper. Paper is made up of wood that is extracted from forest. So that also has to be maintained. Is it clear? So utilize the paper proper. Wooden items also reduce in your daily life. And no cutting of trees. and afforestation majorly. So majorly here the plants conservation is very, very important on the day of your birthday or any celebrations. Just please plant saplings and try to grow the greenery around of the surrounding conditions. So dear students, you have slip test on for P2, P3, P4 on Friday, P1 on Saturday. Is it clear? So we'll continue the ST at the day and prepare well, read your lesson properly. Majorly textbook reading is very, very important. Majorly follow up state board and as well as this Lakshmi Singh book those who have. Is it clear, my dear? So I hope your day will be, you'll have a great day and have a nice day. Thank you. Enjoy.